The earth-moving capacity of 4 West Berbice Neighborhood Democratic Councils, or NDCs, have been significantly boosted with the handing over yesterday of 4 brand new mini excavators by Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa on behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture and the Government of Guyana. With the exception of the Union Nastigai NDC, representatives of the Blairmont, Guilderland, Rosignol, Zeelust, and Bath Woodley Park NDCs were on hand to receive the keys to their excavators. With these 4 NDCs now in possession of their excavators, there are now 10 NDCs in Region 5 that are in a position to better serve their communities, the other 6 having received their machines last year. Speaking at the handing over ceremony, Agriculture Minister Mustafa stressed the PPPC government's commitment to drainage and irrigation upgrades across the board, not only in farming areas, but in residential areas as well.
We are not only looking at the agriculture aspect of development in the country, but you know for a fact that whether it's rain or sun, when you have the dry weather or you have heavy rainy period, the Ministry of Agriculture through the NDIA has to play an important role, and in this region through the MMA. So when there is no water, we have to have water for the irrigation. When there is a lot of water, we have to get proper drainage. And what we are trying to do now, we are trying to create a comprehensive drainage system for the country. And the regional chairman just said that 2 weeks ago, we were at Trafalgar out there commissioning a pump station at a cost of over $200 million. That is part of the comprehensive system that we are talking about, the modernization of the drainage system. And likewise, what we are doing in Region 5, we are replicating that across the country. Region 6, Region 3, Region 2, and all the regions. Because you know for a fact that one of the problems over the years has been drainage. Drainage, and in the agriculture area, irrigation. So drainage and irrigation, and in the housing area, drainage. So we have to ensure that we put a system in place, modernize the system, make the system work so that we can alleviate the problems that people have been suffering over the years. And what we are seeing in the country, we are seeing a revolution taking place in the various sectors. We are seeing a modernization of the infrastructure, not only in agriculture, but in other sectors, for example, in the health sector. We are seeing massive transformation taking place. Right here in your region, we are having a state-of-the-art modern hospital being built at Bath Experiment. So the services that you all just normally go down to Georgetown for, you'll have it right here in your region. That's the kind of thing brings service to the people.
Minister Mustafa noted that because of government's investments over the last 4 years, a transformation is taking place across all sectors of Guyana's economy, including in agriculture, where technology is making a big difference in the way the business of agriculture is conducted.
But we are seeing a massive revolution taking place, not only in D&I, drainage and irrigation. We come and talk about the productive sector, the livestock sector. We are doing new things. Only yesterday, Dr. Waldron was at my office, and we were talking about increasing the new technology that we brought in Guyana, that is embryo transplant. We have already have over 50 new calves that we have already bred through the embryo transplant. Dr. Waldron told me that we have over 70 new breed of animal now in the cattle to help farmers to increase their breed. Right here, the president was here not so long ago when he said, and he launched the black belly sheep program. We received from Barbados 1,000 black belly sheep. We have since replicated that, and we have already have 1,000 more coming out of those that we brought from Barbados. So we have 2,000 now, and that is the brand that we are increasing. We are now going into new crops. We are not only increasing production in the traditional area, like rice, other crops, cash crop, vegetable, fruits and vegetables. But we are going to new crops. Last year we planted 12,000 acres of corn and soya. We increased it from 3,000 acres the year before to 12,000 acres last year. And this year we are hoping to increase that to 25,000 acres, where we can be self-sufficient in saving approximately 40 million US dollars in importing this here. Those are the new things that we are talking about. We have now engaged the young people, youth. Young people, you know, young people has a different perception about agriculture. They feel that agriculture is not for them. Agriculture is for the mature people. Agriculture is for people who never went to school. But we are changing that perception. And we have hundreds of young people today that are involved in agriculture, that are making their livelihood from agriculture. People who would have gone to the University of Guyana and came out with a degree, agronomy, who would have went to the Guyana School of Agriculture, came out with a diploma, never was involved in agriculture. Today we are now engaging those persons, and hundreds of them are in agriculture, earning their livelihood from agriculture. We are modernizing the sector. We have over 600 shade houses been built across the country. This year alone, we will build another 200 shade houses. And leaving out the shade houses that we have been building over the years in terms of producing high-value crops, things like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, you name it. Those things are being sold in the hospitality industry, in the oil and gas industry. We are now moving to a higher level where we have implemented and started hydroponics. We have one of the largest hydroponics farms in the Caribbean at Manripo. At any one time we could produce 100,000 plantlets. We are now building those and replicating those across our country in regions 2, 5, and 10. We are building 3 of those large hydroponics farms. Right here at Fort Wellington, if you go now, we already completed the entire structure of the hydroponic farm. We are now putting in the trays with the plants. 100,000 plantlets. Young people from Region 5 will be involved there, will be earning their livelihood there. That's the kind of vision of the PPP civic government. We are not telling our young people to make pepper sauce and fry breadfruit and cook food and sell on the road for dark food. We are engaging them in productive things, things that can bring long-term benefit to the young people of our country. We are engaging the women population, single parents. We started the Cut Rose project, where we are targeting single parents. They are purchasing a rose from the Cut Rose farm at Manripo for between $200 to $500. And they're going back out on the road and sell it for $1,500 to $2,000. You who normally purchase rose for special occasion will tell you will know the cost for a rose. So all these opportunities we are making available to the people of our country. We have started the production, or not the production, the cultivation of black-eyed peas and red beans, large scale, in the Kimbia area. We are now building the roads. The roads have already been completed almost. We are now putting in 12,000 tons of silos there. And we have massive, if you look at the President's Facebook page or the Ministry of Agriculture Facebook page, you'll see massive cultivation of black-eyed peas. By the mid this year, or before the end of this year, we will not only be self-sufficient in stopping the importation of black-eyed peas in this country, but we will be a net exporter to the Caribbean. Those are the things, those are the vision that we have.
The Agriculture Minister warned that the opposition is now engaging in destructive politics, playing a game of misrepresentation of what's happening in Guyana, refusing to acknowledge the progress that is ongoing and clearly visible.
You could see the development taking place. So when the opposition comes and talk about development, that we can't, they are not seeing, these are the things we must talk about. The politics that they are engaging are destructive politics. Right here this afternoon, I asked the regional chairman and member of parliament to invite the 4 NDCs official to come here this afternoon to receive a piece of machine that will be beneficial to their community, a piece of machine that will give them proper drainage, that they will use to enhance their community. And because of politics, the NDC at Union Narsagate, or what you call it, the Bushlat, the chairman and the overseer is not here. That's the kind of petty politics the opposition play. This will benefit the community, not benefit the government or benefit the Minister of Agriculture, the President. This here will benefit the community. I heard just now that they refuse to come. You have to get a counselor to come to receive it. That's the kind of petty politics. And we have to move away from those petty things. We have to move away from those petty politics. That is why when you listen to the Vice President's press conference on a Thursday, the only thing that the opposition is using, they're talking about race. Using race to divide the people in this country. Well, we have good news for them because today, people are seeing through them. We are seeing that development is taking place right across this country. You could live in Buxton, you can live in Victoria, you can live in Ithaca, you can live in Port Brant or Bushlat or Bath. The same kind of development will take place. We're giving the machine to some NDC, the large NDCs in this part of the region. We included Bushlat, or the Union Narsagate NDC. I want to say that in region number 5, we are trying as much as possible, because I was instructed by both the Vice President and President that to look at the various NDCs to make them more responsive to the needs within the community. So, as the DG rightly said, that I am looking to get these machines to the various NDCs. And your region is the first region that will have all the NDCs, all 10 NDCs will have a piece of machine like this to distill the internal drain. You have 10 NDCs in this region, and you'll have today with this 4, have 10 mini machines to do work across this region. So we have completed Region 5.
Each of these machines is valued at $14 million, representing an investment of over $50 million. At the end of the formal session, the keys to the new excavators were handed over to the NDC chairs and representatives by Agriculture Minister Mustafa.